Hey everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. The fact that you are willing to sacrifice a few minutes out of your day to consume my content really does mean the world to me. For those of you that are unaware, I review everything that comes out in regards to movies, series, shows, everything like that. So if you're curious about something on Netflix, Disney Plus, about a new movie, come to my channel and I'll let you know my thoughts. And today we're going to be talking about The Nun 2, which was the film I was definitely looking forward to. I jumped onto the Conjuring train very late. My wife loves the Conjuring horror universe, so I've been watching it with her and I'm watching the films here and there. I love the Conjuring films. I'm still making my mind up about the Annabelle films, but I was very excited to give this film a watch. Now, I got to go watch it at a pre-screening, sorry. That was a massive blessing, so thank you so much to Empire Entertainment there. It was a very small screening, but it was a very vocal screening. And if I learned anything from that, it's that this was a terrifying movie, apparently. Now, I would have to say I don't necessarily get scared when watching movies, but that cinema was on the edge of their seats the entire time. They were screaming, they were shouting, popcorn was flying through the air, people were throwing their drinks around. They were proper terrified. They were proper scared. And if that's what you're looking for in a horror movie, then this is the horror movie for you. Petrifying, scary, but also engaging characters. The actors brought their characters to life phenomenally. I was so invested in some of these character stories. Hey everyone, before this video carries on, I just really want to thank the sponsors of this video. That is the Pokemon Company in collaboration with Solarpop. Now recently there's been a massive flood of new merchandise and stationery in regards to Pokemon, which has been really cool to observe as a fan. All of this new stationery is available now and I use it all myself. In fact, everywhere I go I happen to have some form of this new Pokemon stationery. I mean, I'm using this stationery everywhere I go. I'm using it when I move around with my laptop. I'm using it to take down notes in the new notebook along with all of the stationery that's available. So if you're a Pokemon fan who's also active, who's on the go, who's on the move, then this is definitely something you're going to want to check out. And of course, it's perfect for the little ones as well, as they're going to be using it for their school stationery. So guys, if any of this stationery or merchandise calls out to you, if it's something that you're passionate about, if it's something that you want to get, then you can go down to the description below, click on the links, and you can purchase some of it for yourself. So yes, thank you so much Pokemon Company and Solarpop. Let's jump straight back into the video. I don't necessarily fall for horror characters that often in regards to the fact that I know that they're probably going to end up dying, or I know something terrible is going to happen to them, so I don't really get emotionally invested. For this movie, however, especially with it a sequel, with the characters carrying over from the first film, I was a lot more invested, I was a lot more nervous, and so I was definitely a lot more on the edge of my seat. This is a very good sequel in the fact that it does a good job of continuing the character development and growth of the characters from the first film. As I mentioned, the actors were great. They did a great job of bringing their characters across from that film and making them feel great, grounded. In reality, you felt their fear, but you also felt their hope. You felt their desperation in their situations. Something I really appreciated about this film specifically was how creative it was. There was a specific sequence, I'm not going to tell you what it is, but when you watch the movie, you'll see it was done phenomenally. I've never seen any type of movie try to take that route in regards to creating a scary moment in that sort of way. It was so imaginative and it was so well executed. Brilliant. That's what horror lacks a lot nowadays, in my honest opinion. It lacks the ability to truly tell a unique, scary story and deliver those scares in a completely unique way, in a way that's never been done before. Horror very often falls into cliches, and this movie does its best to avoid those cliches. Now, definitely it doesn't avoid all of them. There's still a ton of massive cliches in this movie, and if you've watched a lot of horrors, you're going to be able to pick this movie apart and go, cool, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, well, obviously this is going to happen because of this. But if you put that aside, this is definitely a very unique viewing experience. It's a lot of fun. I had a great time. Again, I'm not the biggest horror fan, but I really enjoyed myself in this movie. In fact, the night before I hadn't slept at all. I think the night before that I got 3 or 4 hours of sleep, so I was exhausted. I was tired. And I didn't fall asleep in the movie. Like, that's very rare. Very often if I've had an extreme, situation where I haven't been able to sleep like that, the moment I sit down to watch a movie, I just pass out. This movie kept me engaged, it kept me focused, and I watched this movie through to the end. So yes guys, if you're a fan of the Conjuring universe, if you're a fan of the first Nun movie, then definitely check this one out. In fact, I also think this one might be an improvement over the first. So I would definitely recommend that you check out The Nun 2.